Governor Bevin has now presented his first budget to the Commonwealth. It's a bold document. It's a game changer. It addresses several key areas that the Chamber has been advocating for several years. Number one, the pension problem. He has built his budget around a major correction to our pension systems. Actually, he's committing twice as much money as I would have predicted that he was going to build in for the pension system. And there are a lot of nuances to that, but it was a very bold statement to say we've got to get our house back in order. He's also put in $3 million for audits of the pension systems, which the Chamber has been calling on for more than a year, so we're glad that he picked up on that. He also addresses workforce very boldly, which is a positive for us. Also, he works to keep our K-12 education funding solid. Matter of fact, they add $39 million because there are more students anticipated to be in the public school system next year. He also addresses performance-based funding for our universities. In other words, reward them for the products, the degrees that they present, as opposed to how many people are enrolled. Now, one downside, and that frankly there's some heartburn in the business community over this, there's a significant budget cut to our universities, 9% in next two fiscal years. That's a major dramatic cut, and we're hoping that the legislature can find a way to soften that while at the same time implementing some performance-based funding as the governor has called for. All in all, it was a very dramatic document, one that addresses what we consider to be a fiscally responsible set of goals. It addresses the items that we had in our leaky bucket report several years ago. Corrections is held basically the same in terms of funding. In other words, prisons, how much we're paying for prisons. Employee health insurance is actually flat this year, which is pretty amazing. Now, Medicaid is the outlier. Medicaid is going, the amount that's being committed there is probably twice what is the growth of the state's budget. And that is troubling, but we've got 400,000 new people on Medicaid in Kentucky, and that cost big dollars. All in all, it was a very bold document, one that we think has positive implications for the future of Kentucky. Hopefully the higher education issue can be softened as it goes through the legislative process.